Thanks, Mark. From a behavioral finance perspective, there were a handful of different things going on. First, there was overconfidence and overoptimism in regard to what the South Sea Company was capable of earning. As mentioned before, everyone was so focused on what the South Sea Company may one day become, i.e., the next East India Trade Company, that everyone conveniently disregarded the fact that the value of the company's stock was driven entirely by speculation and not by the fact that cash flow derived from international trade was essentially zero. There was also a great deal of anchoring that the company performed in order to shape people's perspective as to the value of the shares. The company's owners sold the public on its stock not by providing any concrete financial analysis of the company, but rather by anchoring the discussion on immense wealth that the company will someday produce when it is able to start trading the gold and other valuables located in South America. This tactic brought everyone's attention to this imaginary scenario rather than focusing on the truth that the South Sea Company was not bringing in cash as an international trader. Once people bought into this idea and the stock prices began to soar, it became the quintessential example of the greater fool theory. The value of the stock was 100% speculative, and people were purchasing the stock based off of the belief that they would be able to sell it to someone else at a greater price. The value of the stock was not calculated based off of a rational analysis of the company, but rather purely based off of an irrational belief that there would be a greater fool that would be willing to pay a higher price. However, due to this sales scheme the South Sea Company whipped up, members of every level of society jumped in on the opportunity, and in some cases, the poorest members of society became wildly rich overnight. This led to a classic case of FOMO, fear of missing out, and it spread like wildfire throughout the country. During this time, it seemed as though no one was immune to the lucrative appeal of the South Sea Company. For example, even Sir Isaac Newton caught the FOMO bug and was making decisions based on the greater fool theory, rather than any rational analysis. As you can see from this chart, Sir Isaac Newton, notable genius, invested his life savings in the South Sea Company right when the share price nearly peaked, and he locked in his loss once the price was nearing an all-time low. This resulted in a loss of what would be equivalent today of $268 million, leaving him flat broke. With that, I'll end this presentation with a quote by Sir Isaac Newton himself. "I can calculate the motion of the heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people." Thank you.